You're not broke because of anything obvious. Not gambling, not addiction, not catastrophic financial decisions. You're losing wealth quietly, consistently, through costs so normalized, so embedded in the texture of daily life, that you don't experience them as costs at all. You experience them as life. The apartment in the right neighborhood, the car that projects the image you want, the restaurants, the subscriptions, the clothes, the upgrades, all of it feeling earned, feeling appropriate, feeling like the natural expression of someone at your income level. But underneath the feeling of living well is a mathematical reality that most people never calculate. The lifestyle you're maintaining has a hidden price tag, not the obvious one, not the rent and the car payment you already know about. The hidden one, the one that compounds silently, the one that's not on any single bill, but shows up everywhere in aggregate. Today, we make that price tag visible. The cost you see versus the cost that exists. Most people budget around visible costs. Rent, $1,400. Car payment, $350. Phone, $80. Utilities, $120. They add these up and feel like they understand their financial situation. But the visible costs are not the total costs. They're just the scheduled ones. The real cost of your lifestyle includes everything the visible costs don't capture. The cost of the car, that's not the payment. Insurance, gas, maintenance, parking, registration, depreciation. A $350 monthly car payment is actually a $600 to $700 monthly car when you include everything it costs to own and operate it. The cost of the apartment beyond rent, renter's insurance, the furniture you bought to fill it appropriately, the cleaning supplies, the decor, the upgrades you made to feel at home, the neighborhood premium, the restaurants and services you use because they're nearby and priced accordingly, the cost of the job that makes the lifestyle possible, work clothes that project the right image, the commute, the lunches, the after-work drinks, the professional dues and subscriptions, the childcare required. Because you're working full-time, these costs don't appear as a single line item. They're distributed across dozens of small transactions, but they're real, they're substantial, and they're directly tied to the lifestyle you're maintaining. The lifestyle premium, what you're actually paying. There's a concept worth naming, the lifestyle premium. Every lifestyle choice above the minimum functional level comes with a premium above what function requires. You need transportation. A functional used car at $10,000 serves that need. You're driving a $35,000 car. The lifestyle premium, $25,000 in additional capital deployed, plus the difference in operating costs. You need housing. A smaller apartment in a less fashionable neighborhood would serve the functional need. You're paying $400 monthly more for the location and the size. The lifestyle premium, $4,800 annually. You need to eat. Home-cooked meals from basic ingredients serve the nutritional need. You're spending $800 monthly on food for two people, including restaurants and delivery. Basic cooking might cost $350. The lifestyle premium, $450 monthly, $5,400 annually. Added up across every category where you're paying above functional minimum, and the lifestyle premium becomes a number that surprises most people. For the average professional household in a mid to high cost city, the lifestyle premium, the gap between what the lifestyle costs and what functional living would cost, is often between $1,500 and $4,000 monthly. $1,500 to $4,000 monthly, that is not buying better outcomes, just better feelings. The compounding cost nobody calculates. Here's where the hidden cost becomes genuinely alarming. Every dollar of lifestyle premium is not just a dollar spent. It's a dollar that doesn't compound. The lifestyle premium of $2,000 monthly, invested at 7% return over 30 years, $2.4 million. That number is not hyperbole. It's mathematics. $2,000 monthly for 30 years at 7% compounded return is approximately $2.4 million. That's not what the lifestyle costs you today. That's what it costs you over a lifetime of choosing it consistently. And here's the psychological trap. Each individual decision that contributes to the lifestyle premium feels reasonable in isolation. The $400 monthly rent premium for the better apartment, that's $13 per day. Completely reasonable for the quality of life improvement. The $450 monthly food premium, $15 per day, also feels reasonable. The $250 car operating cost premium, $8 per day, fine. Monthly, $12,960 annually, over 30 years at 7%, $1.3 million. In the choices that feel like $13 per day. The identity cost, what the lifestyle is really buying. Here's the layer underneath the financial layer. Most lifestyle premium spending is not really buying the thing. It's buying an identity. The expensive apartment is not primarily buying square footage or amenities. It's buying the ability to say you live there, to invite people over without apologizing for the neighborhood, to feel like someone who lives in that kind of place. The premium car is not primarily buying transportation. It's buying how you feel driving it and how others perceive you driving it. The designer clothing is not primarily buying fabric. It's buying membership in a group that wears those things. This is not irrational. Identity is a genuine human need. The question is the price you're paying for it. When you recognize that you're spending $1,500 monthly on identity maintenance rather than functional needs, the question becomes, is this identity worth $1.8 million over 30 years? Most people, when they actually ask that question explicitly, discover that the identity is not worth that much, that the membership in the group that lives in that apartment and drives that car and wears those clothes is not worth the compounded cost of maintaining it. But they never ask the question explicitly, because the costs are distributed and invisible and normalized by everyone around them doing the same thing. The social contagion of expensive lifestyles. This is the mechanism that makes the lifestyle premium so hard to resist. Your peer group sets your baseline. If everyone you spend time with lives in expensive apartments, drives nice cars, eats at good restaurants, shops at certain stores, that becomes your perception of normal, not aspirational. Normal, the baseline below which you feel like you're falling behind. And falling behind your peer group triggers real psychological discomfort. It's not vanity. It's a deeply human social response to being below the group standard. So you maintain the lifestyle not because you consciously chose it, but because your social environment defined it as normal. And falling below it feels like failure. This is called lifestyle contagion, and it's how people earning $150,000 end up with the same financial fragility as people earning $60,000. The $150,000 earners peer group has an expensive baseline. They maintain it. They look wealthy. They are financially fragile. The $60,000 earner in a more modest peer group has less peer pressure around lifestyle. They maintain a lower baseline. They build more wealth as a percentage of income. The peer group is not the only variable, but it's a more powerful one than most people acknowledge. The audit that changes everything. Here's the exercise that makes the hidden costs visible. Calculate your lifestyle premium across 5 categories. Housing. What would you pay for functional housing in your city? Not bare minimum. Functional, safe, comfortable, below your current spending. The gap is your housing lifestyle premium. Transportation. What would truly functional transportation cost you? Used car paid off, basic insurance, average maintenance, below your current cost. The gap is your transportation lifestyle premium. Food. What would genuinely nutritious home-cooked food cost monthly? Below your actual food spending. The gap is your food lifestyle premium. Clothing and personal appearance. What does function require versus what you're actually spending? The gap is your appearance lifestyle premium. Entertainment and social. What's the minimum to maintain relationships and recreation? That matters. Below your actual spending. The gap is your social lifestyle premium. Add the gaps. That's your monthly lifestyle premium. Multiply by 12. That's your annual lifestyle premium. Multiply by 30 and apply 7% compounding. That's the compounded cost of your current lifestyle choices over a working life. Look at that number. That number is what your lifestyle is actually costing you. Not this month, over a lifetime. What changes and what doesn't? This is not an argument for deprivation. It's an argument for intentionality. Some lifestyle premium spending is worth every dollar. The experience that genuinely enriches your life. The environment that makes you meaningfully more productive. The relationship investment that creates real value. These are worth paying for. The question is not whether to spend above minimum, it's whether what you're spending on is actually producing the value you're paying for. The apartment you love coming home to, worth the premium. The apartment in the right neighborhood that you barely notice except when people ask where you live, probably not. The car that genuinely brings you joy every time you drive it, may be worth it. The car you chose because of what it signals to people who see it, probably not. The distinction between spending that produces genuine value and spending that maintains an identity you've never consciously chosen is the entire game. Most people have never drawn that distinction. They're spending on things they've inherited from peer group expectations, without ever asking whether they personally value what they're buying. Your lifestyle has a hidden price tag, not the visible one on the rent statement and the car payment. The compounded one, the one that accumulates silently across every category where you're spending above what function requires to maintain an identity. Your social environment defined as normal. That price tag, calculated honestly, almost always larger than people expect. And knowing it exists is the beginning of being able to choose how much of it to pay. Some of it is worth it, genuinely. Some of it is wealth quietly stolen by costs you never consciously chose. The audit reveals which is which. And the choice, once you can see it clearly, is yours. Not your peer groups, not your social media feeds. Yours. Make it deliberately, because the version of your life at 60 is being written right now by every choice that feels normal but costs more than you've ever calculated.